So I stopped using the Amika hair products, and I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to tell you why you should probably consider to stop using them if you have them in your hair routine. So let me start by saying the reason that I started using the Amika products is after my third pregnancy, I had a lot of postpartum shedding. But the shedding came so much later down the line that it was abnormal to me. I didn't have a whole bunch of hair loss, I didn't have a whole bunch of hair shedding with my other two babies. And so this third time, my hair was just shedding, and um, it was noticeable that the thickness of my hair was slowly lessening. Like my hair was initially super thick, super dense. And as the shedding kept taking place, each wash day when I would do my hair, I would notice like my twist outs wouldn't come out as full, and things like that. And so I decided, well, let me check out some new products because the products that I were using were fine. There was nothing wrong with them, but they're generally basically drugstore products. And because of the drastic changes that were happening to my hair, I thought maybe if I up the quality of my products, it would stop the shedding somehow or help with the thickness of my hair once again. So I was trying to combat something by upping the quality of my products. And my sister actually was introduced to the Amika products by her hairstylist. And she said my sister started using them because her stylist said she had a lot of shedding, not postpartum or baby related or anything, but she just had a little than normal shedding for hair than what should be shedding each wash day. And so my sister said that she really liked the products and that's what her hairstylist used. And so I was like, well, let me give them a try. And so when I got the products, I got the shampoo, I got a conditioner, and I also got a mask because I wanted to, like, these are some good products, so let me try them out. And the products themselves, I actually liked. I liked the shampoo, the orange conditioner. It was fine. I didn't think it was that great, so I had planned to exchange it for the blue one, which was the hydrating one, and then I got the mask also. So I had all three of these sitting in my shower. And so what stood out to me about these products was the packaging. And the main thing, a couple of things on the packaging. If you take a look at the bottles or the containers, there's a skull on them. And so when I would be in the shower, either just showering or washing my hair, I would be side-eyeing that packaging like, I don't know. And then there's this eye on there, this eyeball that's looking. And I'm just like, I don't know. It's a little suspect. It's a little suspect. And so for those who may not know, I am a follower of Jesus Christ. I'm a Christian, and my family, my husband, my children, we are followers of Jesus. We are very mindful of what we bring into our house. We are mindful of things we participate in, things we don't participate in. We are mindful of things that our kids participate in, what they watch, what they listen to. Like when it comes to our relationship with Christ, it's not something that we take lightly. So with that being said, I posted a video a couple years ago about my experience with another product. Just a side note, another product, and I'll link that below. And I gave my experience with that, how some weird things started happening, and then how God revealed to me that it was that product that was causing those weird things to happen. So present day, when I got the Amika products, like I mentioned, I would be in the shower just side-eyeing them, just looking closely at the container. But I was kind of like, maybe I'm just overthinking. I'm just overthinking a bit. And so I would continue to use them. And the and so one day I decided, let me look up Amika, because the packaging was kind of suspicious. And so I looked up the brand and I didn't see anything alarming on their websites. The previous brand that I had an issue with, they actually had some weird stuff about rituals and certain spirits actually on their website, which was a red flag. But for Amika, I didn't see any red flags on their website particularly. So I kind of stopped my research. It was a shallow dive. And part of me, because the products were so expensive and they were basically still full, I didn't want to have to go researching. And then if I did see something, I would have to get rid of them. And all my money is down the drain. The money that I spent on the products. So it was just a brief, shallow dive, nothing in particular. And so the products, they've been in my shower, and I noticed that my dreams started being really weird. I won't go into details about them, but they were really weird, inappropriate, and I'm trying to figure out what is up, because I know when you have sin in your life, you have an open door for the enemy to attack you in various ways. But I'm over here like, God, like, what am I doing? I mean, why is this happening? And so the Amika products weren't on the top of my radar when it came to that. It was something that I was praying about. I was praying like, God, like, what's up with these dreams? I'm rebuking stuff. I'm binding stuff. I'm doing all of those things to try to target the area of my dream. And so one morning, I woke up after another weird dream, and I decided, let me look up these Amika products again and let me see if I can find something about somebody else talking about these products, or something that I overlooked, something that I didn't take the time to look into more so at the beginning. And I Googled Amika bottle symbols or something along Amika symbolism, Amika packaging symbols. And a video popped up, a TikTok video of someone saying devout Christians throw this product out. And so I was like, oh, somebody said something. Let me watch what this is. And her video was basically talking about the exact same thing that I was side-eyeing, that I was kind of like throwing off or shrugging off like it was nothing. And the products are basically rooted in evil spirits and other religions and things that go against Christian values. And so I'll link that video below for you to check out also. And then after I watched that video, I thought, so let me look up chakras. And if you're unfamiliar with chakras, they're basically things that, so let me go back to the girl's video. But so the first thing was that little eye on the bottle is that, I believe, the third eye or something related to, what is it called? What are the people called who practice the third eye stuff? I don't know, the occult world or that new age stuff that is demonic when it comes to tapping into the spirit realm, but not from a holy place. And so that third eye was on the bottle. There's also a skull. The skull is not a representation of anything holy. It actually looks like the Day of the Dead skulls, but it was one of those things where I was just like, I saw it, but I didn't want to see it, which is why I stopped researching the first time. But this time when I saw her video, I was like, yeah, there was something to all of that. There was a reason why it was standing out to me and why I kept looking at it But because I didn't want to have to throw out my products, I kind of like push it off to the side. And so the next thing that stood out to me, even before her video, but was confirmed by her video, was the symbol on the bottle, not the diaphragm, but the diagram type picture. I believe it's called a mandala or something like that. Let me look it up really quick. But it's something related to the Hindu or Buddhism culture. Let me look it up. Like a mandala, yeah. Which is basically a diaphragm of the universe, and a spiritual tool for meditation, representing the enlightened minds, cosmos, and palace. And that's all those things that are related to the chakras. And so what those images remind me of are things related to chakras and people who practice those things, all in the same type of space, those pictures. And so I looked up chakras, and when I looked up chakras, I know that they're portals, or some type of portals that people use to try to practice mindfulness and meditation and things like that. But they're demonic, so don't go down that route if you're trying to find peace or anything like that. But one thing that stood out to me when I looked up chakras, the reason why I looked up chakras, because the symbolism looked like those chakra symbols that are associated with it. And when I saw the chakras, if you look up anything about chakras, what does that sound? Okay. If you look up chakras, they're all color coded. And what stood out to me about this is Amika uses the exact same colors on their packaging. Outside of the red is replaced with pink, but all the colors, they're the brightness, they're bright, they're colorful, just like the chakra stuff is. Like, looking at this one thing about chakras, if you Google chakras, you'll see that there's a bunch of colors associated with different things about them. And it's not by coincidence, because not only that, when you look up, when you look up the chakra stuff, there's the different symbolisms that are very, very close to the ones on their packaging. They have the triangles, they have the eyeballs, they have the different squares inside of circles, they have the mandalas, all these things that are associated with chakras, which are associated with Hinduism and Buddhism and all these other religions. And so after that, I knew that I had to get rid of those products, and I threw them away. And not because the products necessarily were bad for my hair, but they're rooted in things that I do not agree with. They're rooted in things that are evil, that allow evil spirits into my life, that allow evil spirits into your life, if you're a practicing Christian or follower of Jesus Christ. Now, I also want to mention that when we purposely ignore things, it doesn't take away the effect of them. Just like when I saw the products and I kind of turned a blind eye, I was like, I'm going to keep using it because I don't want to have to waste my money, or I don't have to throw them out just yet. Maybe once I get further along to the end of the bottle, then maybe we can revisit. But I knew that I had to get rid of them. And so I threw all three of them out. They were basically still full, but I threw them away because after seeing her video and after making the connection myself between the packaging and the stuff rooted in the chakras and other religions, I knew that was all demonic, and I didn't want any type of entryway for the enemy to have access to me. Even by having them in my home, I don't want them here. I did not gift them to anybody, because why am I going to give you something that I feel like you should not be using? Whether you believe that they're evil or not, or oh, you're doing too much, that's how the enemy deceives us into making us think that it's being extra with little things like that. So I also want to say that sometimes we can be closed off to things because we don't want to see the truth in it. That doesn't take away the fact that something is still evil, but when people are already defensive about something, or they don't want to see something for what it is, it can be hard to relay that information to somebody in a way that they will receive it. But when you are receptive to truth, when you are seeking the truth, you will find it. And that scripture, God tells us in his word, if you seek me, you will find me. But if you're not looking, you won't find it. Although something is good, something may work, it doesn't mean that it's okay in the spirit world. It doesn't mean that it doesn't have any negative implications underneath it. So that is why I do not use Amika. I will not be repurchasing, and why I had to throw away my Amika products. And if you are a follower of Jesus Christ, if you are a Christian, if you care about allowing the enemy access to your life, or not allowing the enemy access to your life, get rid of those products, throw them away, and get them out of your house.